What's up, guys? We're at the house today and we're building a chicken tractor. So this tractor is going to be 6 by 6 and about 25 inches tall. It's going to be big enough for the handful of chickens we've got at the moment. I needed something quick and easy and relatively inexpensive. So let me show you what I've got. So the door consists of two panels. The one on the right here is 36 inches by 25. It's going to be the fixed side. The one on the left is 35 inches by 25 inches. It's going to be the door. We got a resident there who's eager to see the new build. We'll get you in there soon enough. So this panel on the left is going to be the door. It's going to swing. It's going to be hinged at the corner, and it's going to stay closed with two hasps. Alright, let me get set up and get this thing screwed together on the corners, and I'll show you what we got. Alright, so we got the four sides screwed together. We're getting ready to install the door and start working on the roof. I'll show you how I'm going to set that up in just a second. Still waiting patiently. Alright, let's get this going. So we got the door hung. Now there's one problem with splitting this wall here that makes it relatively weak. What we're going to do to fix that, I'm going to run another board from the corner there where she's standing across to this corner. We can use that to attach the fixed side to. That'll stiffen this whole side up. I'm also going to run two more boards across the top to lay my wire across as I enclose the top. I'm going to get that done, then I'll show you how I'm going to keep them out of the weather and the sun. A little bit more. Gotta keep it straight. There you go. Come on. Keep going. Oh, so close. Alright, so we got two boards put in here, one there, and that's going to support the wire that goes across the top. Now I also added another board here to support this fixed side, and that side down there is going to be the door. I'm going to do the same along the bottom. I figured that out when I started to move it. It's quite a bit of a strain on this fixed side of the door, so I'm just going to run another solid board across the bottom, just like this one on the top. Alright, let me get this thing buttoned up and I'll show you how I'm going to do the roof. Alright, so we're about to get this thing buttoned up. What I'm doing now is I'm adding these strips here that you can see. Those strips are actually going to go right here along those beams. That's going to hold the wire down. Those are on 2-foot centers, so that's where the break in the welded wire happens. I'm going to put a strip on there so I don't have to use a bunch of screws and washers like this. I've got two in either end of the piece of welded wire. I'm going to cover those joints up with those strips so we can take it apart. This thing's held together. It's made in panels. Alright, so each panel screws together at the corners with 3 screws. So we've got about maybe 15 or 20 screws holding this whole thing together. We can take this thing apart and pack it up. So this will be somewhat portable once I get it finished. Alright, so we got this thing finished up. One thing I did take into consideration was dealing with predators. Moving this thing around, you're not always going to have ground that's perfectly level. So I've taken an extra step this year, something I don't normally do. That is a 2-mile electric fence charger. I've got 2 wires run around, one about 3 inches off the ground, one about 6. That's more than enough to deal with any coyote, raccoon, possum, anything that would mess with your birds. I did just put a piece of paneling over them for some sunshade. I am eventually going to replace that with a full sheet just to keep them out of the weather. And we're going to stick a little nest box in there type arrangement so they can have a place to sleep with some shavings. A little bit of protection from the wind if it does get a little chilly. They cannot reach through that wire and get to the electric fence. That is 1/2 inch hardware cloth. So there's no way they can touch the hot wire. Alright. Now I can move these things anywhere in the yard that I want to. That electric fence is held up with 3/8 fiberglass rod. It's in the ground about 6 or 8 inches. You can literally pull that thing up with one hand. It's very portable. And I've got it run with a drop cord. All we've got to do is reposition this. Shouldn't take more than 15 or 20 minutes to reset. Alright. Now this one is portable. It's just temporary until we move. It's 6 foot by 6 foot, like I said, 2 foot tall. This whole thing was made from 8 foot 2x6s, ripped in half. I ripped a few strips off of them for the top, and 1 roll of 1/2 inch by 25 foot welded wire. The whole family had a good time building this, helping me out. Now, I can't wait to see who's the first one to get it from the electric fence. That should be a laugh. We appreciate y'all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.